Richmond is coming off a disappointing loss against a rebuilding Adelaide side and see themselves facing a prolific Melbourne team who haven't looked like losing in 2022. Is there any hope for the Tigers after their dismal showing against the Crows, and can Damien Hardwick stake his claim on the competition with a statement win over the reigning premiers? A key aspect of Richmond's inconsistency is within their list, which sees too many players not showing up to games and playing uninspired footy. Players such as Shane Edwards, Jack Ross, Jay Carts, and even Trent Cotchin at times have been inconsistent, which furthers the downward spiral of Richmond's bipolar form. Richmond's selection committee should really question whether these players should keep their spot on the side, and though that sounds like overkill, sentimental value should not keep a player in the best 22 if they are not producing. With all of that being said, which players should Richmond drop for the upcoming game? Ben Miller should be omitted for this game and be replaced by Josh Gibcus. Gibcus shows promise for the Tigers and every game will count in his development, whereas Ben Miller managed a measly 4 disposal and 1 mark in the game against Adelaide. At AFL level, that is just not enough to merit a spot on a list. Either Thompson Dow or Jack Ross should be replaced by Kane Lambert provided he comes back this week. Ivan Soldo is also a possibility to re-enter the side to combat Melbourne's ruck duo in Max Gawn and Luke Jackson. Camden McIntosh will also be a key in for the Tigers, which will help consolidate their midfield, which will be under siege against a dominant 3-headed monster in Oliver, Petrarca and Gawn. Now that the list has been announced, it seems that Collier Dawkins will make his first senior start for the year, which may just be the big-bodied midfielder the Tigers need in their side to combat a Christian Petrarca type player. So, the question looms, how can Richmond manage to defeat a rampaging Demons outfit, and how do the teams stack up against one another? An aspect of Richmond's game which has been a positive is that they rank second for disposal efficiency in the competition, which may come in handy against a Melbourne team that will punish sloppy teams. They are ranked 6th in the competition for efficiency inside 50, ahead of the 8th place Demons, which may be a factor if players such as Stephen May limit the shots on goal. Round 4 against the Bulldogs showed the importance of accuracy and the influence it has on the outcome of a game. Another key decider in the game will be clearances, and Richmond was one of the top ranked teams for scores from centre clearances, clearly demonstrated when they've goaled 5 times in 8 minutes against the Crows to reclaim the lead after facing a 25-point deficit. It appears that Jake Lever is out of the side this week, which is a huge win for the Tigers, as he is an integral part of Melbourne's defensive structure and can severely limit forwards from scoring and is lethal in the air. Jack Viney will also see himself on the sidelines, which will help give Richmond every chance against the reigning premiers this week. One particular area of their game which Richmond needs to build on desperately is their tackling, as they rank 17th in the competition for tackles, a far cry from the pressure, chaos brand of footy they were known for. They also rank last for tackles inside 50, which will not be an acceptable standard against the reigning premiers, who will punish complacent teams. So, what might be some key matchups for the game? Robbie Tarrant may face ex-teammate Ben Brown provided he's back in the side, which will be a fascinating matchup, and a player like Daniel Rioli may gravitate towards Akosi Pickett. Nick Floston may find himself on Bailey Fritsch, while Lynch will likely see himself facing Stephen May. I believe the ruck contest will be very integral to the game, and we're seeing a lone Nank facing Gornett Jackson, as Soldo is an infected toe and won't be able to play this week. Perhaps Noah Bolter should play in the ruck at times during the game to help Nankervis out in a tough contest. On the subject of Bolter, there is a big question this week. Should he play back or forward? For me, I believe he should play back this week. As Richmond's defence has been leaky and we've allowed teams to pile on goals at times. If the Tigers do lose, I don't want to be smashed like GWS were last week. I want a tight contest that could go either way to show the competition that we can still hold our own against a big team like Melbourne. I'm the first person to acknowledge that Melbourne is a much better team than the Tigers. Their midfield is dominant, their defence is crushing, and their forwards are deadly in front of goal. But let's go out there and show the reigning premiers what it means to be a dynasty team. Richmond's list may be aging, but I know that this team is still capable of taking it up to a team like Melbourne. I'll be cheering them on and hoping for a miracle, but weirder things have happened in footy. With that, until next time, I'll see you later, and go Tigers.